the entrance to the magnificent stately home of Wentworth Woodhouse in Rotherham. This was once the home of the fabulously wealthy Fitzwilliam family. Here, at the back of the house, the west front, were the family's apartments, where in 1911 the 7th Earl, Billy Fitzwilliam, lived with his wife, Countess Maud, their 4 daughters and newborn son. But the comfort of their luxurious lifestyle depended on the hard work of servants, whose job it was to be almost invisible. In 1911, a team of just 7 housemaids managed this vast house. They swept, dusted, polished, made fires and beds and emptied chamber pots. Today, we're going to look at the life story of just one of them.
Morning, I'm Kate White. I'm the head housemaid here at Wentworth Woodhouse. I was born Kathleen White in 1879 on the Brewsham estate in Cottingham in Yorkshire. My father Fred was a gardener there. I was the 4th of 5 kids, so it was important that I went to work as soon as possible. My parents made sure I went to school though between the ages of 5 and 10, and then I went into service as soon as I could. By 1901, I was a 20-year-old housemaid, still living at home, but I was ready to move out and spread my wings. On the 1st of January 1911, I began work here at Wentworth Woodhouse as head housemaid, earning a handsome salary of £10, 13 shillings and 6pence, just over half of what Mrs. Ellis, the housekeeper, earned, but a little less than Mr. Snelling, the second footman.
She was one of 25 live-in female servants, all of whom were single, and she had made it to the lofty heights of the upper 10 senior servants.
We sleep in a bedroom in the service wing, just beyond where Mrs. Ellis sleeps, guarding the stairs on the 1st floor. We're well away from the footman in the basement in the George IV wing, and away from any stray guests who may lose their way in the night. Our wake-up call is the outdoor staff rattling on our windows as they come on duty at 6:30 a.m. We have half an hour to wash, dress in our morning work dresses and tie up our hair under our caps. And at 7 o'clock, I wake Mrs. Ellis with a cup of tea and a basin of hot water to wash in. Then I go back to supervising the other maids as they clean, dust, blacklead the fireplaces and move furniture back into place in the principal reception rooms.
None of the housemaids liked cleaning her ladyship's sitting room. Her wretched parrot made such an unbelievable mess on the black carpet.
Up in the bedrooms and the nursery suite, the more junior housemaids empty and scrub out the chamber pots, relay fires, make beds and clean. Yeah, I need to get on. Mrs. Ellis will be doing her rounds and I'm not finished yet, and you'll miss breakfast. Can you find your way? Good.
Kate would have had breakfast in the steward's room with the senior staff, now the ladies' toilets.
After breakfast, Mr. Volan, the groom of chambers, inspects the staterooms, and Mrs. Ellis checks the work done so far in rooms not in use before breakfast. At 9:30, the family breakfasts, and afterwards, we housemaids clean the china collected by the footman and return it to the housekeeper for checking. It's the same after the family's lunch, afternoon tea and dinner. Cleaning the upper servants' rooms and the other below-stairs rooms carries on until lunch. Then I might get a few hours off every 3rd day before it's time to change into my formal black uniform. We eat early at 5. An army fights on its stomach, Mr. Volan always says. It's much better this way. I've worked in some places where you don't get to eat till 11 o'clock at night, and you're just too tired to eat. The steward's hall. You know you're someone when you're one of the upper 10. You get to sit down with all the senior servants. It can be a grand affair. Everyone in their best black silks. The men in dinner or smoking jackets, and the women escorted in on their arms along with visiting servants. All in the strict order of precedence, of course. You're even waited on by one of the footmen and the steward's room boy. Hot water is taken up to the appropriate bedrooms at 7, and while the family are eating at 8, the bedrooms are prepared for the evening. We make sure the bed covers are turned down, fires are made up, and the rooms are clean and tidy. Mrs. Ellis makes her rounds to check the work. After supper, Betty, she's the second housemaid, and I finish cleaning the china. And in cold weather, we make up hot water bottles to be placed in the family and upper servants' beds to warm them. Then, unless the family have any further requirements, I might have a few hours to myself. It's certainly hard work, but I love it. I'm part of a team here, and who wouldn't be amazed to work in a place like this?
Kate remained as first housemaid for another 3 years before she married Ernest Coy, a joiner who lived in Wentworth. Their marriage was witnessed by his sister and Alex Third, the head gardener at Wentworth Woodhouse. She and Ernest moved into 15 Paradise Square in the village. During the war, Ernest served with the Royal Horse Artillery as a driver and returned safely home. They had no children, but Kate was a member of the British Legion Club and an active part of village life until her death. Kate died on the 2nd of September 1932, aged 51. Her many friends left floral tributes on her grave. She and her husband rest in the graveyard at Wentworth. If you have a story about a family member who worked at Wentworth Woodhouse to share with us, we'd love to hear from you.
Housemaid's Tale, Scene 1A, 1B, Camera 2, Take 2.
We've just finished filming this story, but we're looking forward to filming next year with a new live cast. Join us then as we explore the lives of our second footman and our much put-upon steward's room boy. And we take a couple of trips to the stables to visit the groom and the stud groom. And the horses.